My girlfriend shared a post about snagging her fantasy ride, but it turned out to be my vehicle, with the ownership slyly switched to her via fake signatures. I stayed calm and simply declared it missing. When cops stopped her and slapped her with cuffs for major vehicle larceny right as her pals filmed it all for Instagram. Original post. 29-year-old guy here. Spotted the Instagram update mid-bite during my office lunch break. Right there. Natalie, 27. Striking poses beside my 2019 BMW M3. Droplets of emotion hanging from her perfectly groomed hands. The words under the photo nearly choked me on my meal. At last, I brought my ideal ride into existence. Effort truly brings rewards, gals. Featuring her entrepreneur vibe, fresh wheels, BMW lifestyle. The reactions poured in, her crew cheering her on, begging for spins, praising her acquisition. Except, I'd shelled out $52,000 in cash for that ride 18 months back. Title under my name, coverage under my name, plates under my name. At least that's what I assumed. Natalie and I had dated for 2 years. She relocated to my place 6 months ago. Lately, the dynamic felt off. She'd been pressing intensely for a commitment, chatting about forging our shared dynasty, sharing those over-the-top optimism mantras on knowing one's value. I'd stated plainly that marriage wasn't on my horizon yet. She appeared to roll with it, but clearly, she harbored alternative schemes. I rang up the DMV right away. After enduring 37 minutes of waiting, yep, I timed it. I connected at last. I'd like to confirm the plates on my ride, I explained, reciting the VIN. Give me a sec, sir. The ride's listed under Natalie Winters. My veins turned to ice. From when? The switch happened last Monday. Last Monday. While I was away at an out-of-state professional gathering, she'd claimed illness, said she couldn't grab me from the runway. I hadn't greenlit any handover. I hadn't penned a single form. Sir, we've got the inked paperwork archived. If you suspect deceit, submit a law enforcement complaint. I disconnected, fired up my finance software. The ride was cleared of debt. No financing, so she hadn't tapped it for credit. Yet the plates? She'd essentially hijacked my wheels via bogus forms. I captured her Instagram image. Then I pulled off a move that proved brilliant down the line. I navigated to her page and captured a video clip of her Instagram tale. She was at a morning eatery with her group. My ride's fob boldly placed on the surface, rambling about advancing and shedding burdens. Next, I dialed authorities. Update 1. 3 days on. The investigator on my matter, Detective Hayward, dug deep. I'd lodged the complaint without delay, supplying the initial sales records, coverage files, financial logs proving my outlay for the ride, captures from Natalie's online shares, message logs where she'd sought to use the wheels repeatedly, confirming possession was mine. Detective Hayward retrieved the DMV switch files. The inked mark was ridiculously off, barely resembling mine. She'd also deployed a phony seal she'd snagged from the web. This qualifies as serious document faking and major vehicle theft, he noted. The ride's worth elevates it to heavy charges. What's the plan? I inquired. We'll issue an alert for the wheels. Once we track it, she'll face detention. I kept it under wraps. Not to shared contacts, not her kin, no one. Just carried on normally. Packed her belongings into crates in the storage area. She hadn't hauled much upon departing, merely basics and evidently my ride's official papers from the drawer. All the while, Natalie was thriving online. Frequent shares featuring the wheels. Clips of her and her circle speeding along. Tunes thumping. One especially telling Cher, keep company with folks who cheer your triumphs. Her pal Kelsey noted, slay queen, this is yours. If only they grasped. The arrogance was jaw-dropping. She'd pulled off several grave offenses and flaunted it globally. The nerve to assume she could seize my ride by doctoring papers and I'd either overlook it or stay silent. Or do zilch. Day 2 post-complaint. She messaged, hi love. Reflecting, perhaps we hurried. Chat soon? I ignored it. I get you're upset over my need for distance, but we can fix it. No reply from me. Quit acting childish. At minimum, reply. I snapped pics of it all and relayed to Detective Hayward. He advised silence. Avoid alerting her. The toughest bit was seeing her mother chime in on the ride images. Incredibly proud of my little one. Toiling diligently and claiming goals. Ma'am, your little one is now a criminal. Update 2 7 days in. The detention footage might be everywhere online already, but allow me to recount the full tale. It unfolded on a Thursday midday. From later accounts, Natalie opted for a coastal outing with her top 3 companions. They captured it all for Instagram, naturally. Kelsey handled the filming from the front seat. 2 more pals rearward, sounds booming, all belting lyrics. They were roughly 10 minutes underway when the sirens flashed in the mirror. The Instagram stream, which a viewer preserved and forwarded to me, captured it all. Natalie easing to the curb, puzzled. Ugh, did I exceed the limit? I wasn't even fast. The patrolman nears. Identification and plates, if you would. Natalie, clueless still, passes her ID and the bogus plates. Lady, exit the ride. Huh? For what? I broke no rules. Lady, exit the ride immediately. The lens wobbles as Kelsey aims to document. You hear Natalie ramping up frustration. This amounts to targeting. I understand my protections. Lady, you're detained for major vehicle theft and document faking. The wail she unleashed. The total wail. This belongs to me. I've got the plates. The plates you deceitfully secured. The rightful holder declared this ride missing. And here's the highlight. She blurts, that resentful jerk. Simply 'cause I ended it with him. Nice way to confess awareness of the true holder. Natalie. Her companions panic. Kelsey's yelling, we're capturing it all. Officer overreach. Lady, cease filming and vacate the ride. Seek other travel means. They summoned a rideshare. 3 women roadside on the expressway, awaiting a rideshare as their pal gets detained. The Instagram stream ended, but not before showing Natalie restrained, blubbering about it being a mix-up. My device lit up an hour on. Shared acquaintances, her relatives, all who'd viewed the detention via Kelsey's Instagram. Her mother rang 15 times. Picked up on the 16th. How could you get my child detained? For wheels. She hijacked my wheels, Diane. She mimicked my mark, deployed a sham seal, unlawfully shifted control. She claimed you handed it over. I've got message proofs of her seeking to use it post the alleged shift. Why request use of her supposed property? This smacks of spite. You're wrecking her future over a split. She wrecked her own by pulling grave offenses. Diane disconnected. Then arrived the enablers. Natalie's entire circle bombarded my device and profiles. Kelsey, you're truly detaining her over wheels you barely touched? I drive it daily. She swiped it during my work voyage. She's risking lockup over dumb wheels. She's risking lockup over major theft and faking. Her decision. Her pal Becca shifted tactics. She's deeply remorseful. Won't you withdraw the complaint? She'll return the wheels. Criminal matters aren't personal withdrawals. The authorities pursue them, not individuals. But you might inform them prosecution isn't desired. Why on earth? She pulled heavy violations. The presumption was wild. They truly believed she merited no fallout for lifting a $52,000 ride. Update 3. 14 days on. Natalie posted bond after 72 hours. Her folks fronted $15,000. Bond terms barred contact with me and prohibited operating any ride in my registry. Obvious, since she'd already taken the sole one. But the presumption persisted. It intensified. Initially, she attempted to reshape the tale online. Shared an extended, disjointed tale about monetary mistreatment and how I'd vowed the wheels but backed out when she asserted herself. Total invention. Reactions varied. Some pals swallowed it, others doubted. Hold up, so did he transfer the wheels or not? How'd arrest follow? Girl, mimicking marks is grave. She erased it within 60 minutes. Then the boldest play. She enlisted her fresh partner. Yep, already lined up a fresh partner to reach out. This guy, Landon, rang from her line. Hey dude, Landon's the name. I'm alongside Natalie these days. Alright? Listen, pal, she aired. She's shattered over it. Won't you release it? Clarify for me, I responded deliberately. You're phoning to urge dropping grave complaints against your partner who lifted my wheels. via her device, breaching the no-contact rule? Quiet. That's extra trouble, incidentally. Breaching court orders. He terminated abruptly. I notified Detective Hayward of the breach. Natalie faced detention anew that evening. Landon was present at her residence upon arrival. Per the official log, she alleged Landon reached out sans her awareness, borrowing her device without consent, despite her presence. Bond was nullified. She endured another 7 days confined before her folks arranged fresh bond proceedings. Now $25,000, and the magistrate cautioned one further breach meant confinement till judgment. Her mother Diane attempted another mediation. Appeared at my residence. Kindly, Derek. She's absorbed the point. This is shattering our household. Diane. She hijacked my wheels. She doctored official forms. She enacted deceit. She's merely a young woman who erred. She's a 27-year-old adult who enacted several grave violations. Counsel indicates 2 to 5 years possible. Then she ought to have pondered prior to major vehicle theft. Diane sank to her haunches. I'm pleading. Favorably, inform them you erred. Inform them you authorized it. You're urging me to falsify testimony to shield your child from her violation fallout? I'm urging compassion. Where was Natalie's compassion amid her online flaunts with my wheels, declaring she'd earned it? Where amid her labeling me resentful and worthless to her circle, she chose her path? I warned of summoning law to usher Diane away. Update 4. 30 days in. The initial court review occurred last week. I delivered testimony. Natalie perched in her detention garb. She'd been confined anew post emailing me a piece titled Victory Yours, a lengthy tirade on my life-wrecking. Yet another bond breach. Proof was undeniable. The mimicked marks. Script analysts deemed it clumsy at worst. The sham seal from an online vendor? They traced her payment trail. Her online shares claiming purchase. Message exchanges with Kelsey scheming it all. Kelsey turned informant, supplying them to dodge complicity accusations. Yep, Kelsey was in on it from jump. The exchanges were incriminating. Kelsey certain it'll succeed? Natalie DMV skips mark checks. Simple. If Derek uncovers, he shan't. And should he, controls most of ownership. That's inaccurate. Haha. Doesn't matter. He owes regardless. 2 years as partner. I merit compensation. The accuser further disclosed Natalie had queried forging methods, title-faking penalties, jail risk for lifting partners' wheels on her computer. She'd researched the violation pre-enactment. Her counsel pushed it as a romantic mix-up with tacit approval for will use. The magistrate nearly chuckled. Advocate, tacit approval for ride access doesn't cover deceitful control shifts. The magistrate found ample proof for full proceedings. Natalie broke into tears. Her mother wailed from the seats. Her father appeared broken. Exiting the hall, Landon, the fresh partner, confronted me. Man, you wrecked her world over wheels. She wrecked her own via will theft. She planned nuptials with you. Assumed shared assets meant hers. We lacked any betrothal. Nor does law function so. You're cold. Cold? Your partner lifted $52,000 from me and you deem me villain? He neared aggressively. Guards stepped in. He earned hall ban. Update 5, 60 days on. Natalie accepted a settlement offer. Her counsel persuaded her trial would worsen it. Proof too solid. She admitted to major vehicle theft, downgraded from top tier to mid, document faking, personal info misuse. Doomed to 18 months confinement, paused to 6 with compliance, 3-year oversight, $5,000 penalty, compensation for my illicit costs, $8,500, 200 service hours. She bears a lasting criminal mark. Post-judgment day, her father Robert rang. Altered tone from Diane. Derek, my regrets. We nurtured her poorly, spoiled endlessly, shielded from fallout. Our fault too. Thanks, Robert. I'll cover your counsel costs. Fully. Already dispatched funds to your advocate. Unnecessary. Essential. Minimal amends. Perhaps with prior accountability. This averted. Sole family member grasping it. Meanwhile, online buzz endured. Natalie's circle ran a Liberate Natalie push. Flopped. Kelsey shared on systemic flaws, deeming it penalizing couple conflicts. A sensible reply. She plainly lifted wheels and doctored forms. That's no couple spat. That's grave violation. Highlight. Recall her online will flaunts? Accuser wielded each as trial proof. Her entrepreneur shares turned case displays. She undid herself. I reclaimed my wheels naturally. Faced fees to release from hold, but coverage reimbursed. Still performs superbly. Occasionally I cruise past her photo spots and merely smirk. The presumption lingered, though. Even post-ruling, she prompted Kelsey to share her note. Hope Derek's content. He reclaimed wheels via vendetta. I cherished him. This his return. Evidently, some can't cope with empowered women claiming desires. Claiming desires means theft, it seems. Final update half-year on. Natalie released after 4 months. Compliance. Relocated to parental home. Shockingly, as criminal mark hinders rentals or employment. Even her prior pyramid sales gigs shun convicts as reps. I encountered Kelsey at a cafe recently. She aimed to slip by, but I blocked her path. Derek, spare me, Kelsey. Truthfully, I warned her folly, but she believed you'd overlook. Why presume so? 'Cause she deemed you soft, claimed you'd lack spine to act. I chuckled. Outcome for her? Kelsey lifted shoulders. She's in telesales now, relies on public transit, shares uplift quotes on rebirth and such. Still presumptuous? Amped now views self as victim, claims setup targets females. The setup offering repeated shots, bargains, lighter terms? That setup. We separated, no further contact. Recently, alert of profile view on professional network. Natalie. No outreach or note, mere view. I piqued hers curiously. She termed confinement as break for inner development. The presumption endures eternally. Yet truly, I'm solid. Truly solid. Ordeal imparted huge insights on warnings, limits, self-advocacy. Saw someone fresh briefly, fizzled, no issue. No haste. Finances secure, slate clear, wheels mine. Huh? She's a marked offender in telesales, parental homebound at 27, bus dependent, dubbing it self-exploration online. At times, justice requires no aid. But when one enacts grave will theft and logs it digitally, justice merely awaits your alert to law. To those messaging I overreached, she lifted wheels via faking. No slip, a violation rampage. If one swipes $52,000 from you, you'd dismiss? Doubtful. And to partners spotting presumption cues, those hints of shared ownership, demands on funds, fury at limits, heed. The builds. Natalie skipped straight theft. Began with minor limit breaches I dismissed. No more. Oh, the BMW? Still glides flawlessly. Occasionally I detour routes merely 'cause possible. In my wheels.